What up, YouTube? G4 Lady here once again, back with another video for you guys. And today's topic is going to be another personal vlog because some more crazy shit has gone down over, I want to say, this coming off the morning after it. The last 2 days have been crazy, you know. So this is going to be personal vlog number 20, and quite appropriately, I want to entitle this personal vlog, Nightmare First Date. But before I go over the date, let me give you a little backstory between me and this chick. Me and this chick went to high school together, and basically we rolled with different cliques. I had feelings for her back in the day. I thought she was super cute, but way out of my league, so I kind of was a pussy back then, and I didn't approach her. I didn't approach her back then, because, I didn't want to get shot down, and I figured I'd get shot down, so I never spoke to her. And over the years, time went by, we both left high school and shit, and we got in contact with one another because ironically, she seen one of my YouTube videos, and that's what broke the ice and got us talking. And from there, we started talking and been talking for a couple months. We started talking back in, I want to say, January. So we've been talking since then, off and on talking, and trying to get some shit worked out and maybe date. We definitely on the same page with that shit. And finally, in April, after getting our schedules and shit worked out, we finally set a date, which was 2 days ago. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, finally, it's about to go down. First date. I can't believe it. It's with this chick I had a crush on back in high school. Can't believe this is happening. It's crazy how life works. And quickly, well, let me tell you, what the date was pretty much just getting a cup of coffee. We were just going to get a cup of coffee, walk around the city, chill for a little bit, and that was going to be the gist of it. And my excitement quickly deteriorated with her being about 4 hours late for the date, She was supposed to be there around, no, it was way more than 4 hours. The date was set for 12 p.m. This chick didn't get here until 6 p.m. So it was, my bad, 6 hours of waiting, walking around the city waiting for her, and she said she fell asleep. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't let it discourage me too much. I'm still, in my mind, I'm still thinking, it's the chick I liked in high school, at least we finally getting it popping now. And we get that coffee and we head over to my homie Jose's spot, just to chill out for a minute, just to regroup, get some plans together. And from what I've noticed on the walk to Jose's house, she was slurring her words a little bit, and I'm kind of looking at her like, is this chick high right now? It's like, how you could tell when somebody's high. She's slurring her voice. She's kind of walking a little bit off, and I was like, all right, maybe she's a little high. It doesn't matter. I'm still dating this chick I had a crush on since high school. It's crazy right now, So we get to my homie Jose's house, and she asked, and we sit on his couch, and she asked, can she borrow my phone? I'm like, cool, you can borrow my phone, whatever. And I go into the kitchen, and come back, and she's cussing out her baby daddy from my phone. So I'm just sitting here watching her cuss out her baby daddy like, blah, 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 you better give me my fucking money, blah, 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 blah. Your daughter, blah, blah, needs some, formula, needs a diaper. And then she casually give the phone back and say, sorry. And I was like, it's cool. It's cool. But in my mind, still trying to stay optimistic, still trying to stay an optimist right now. And my homie Jose breaks out some shots. He was just gonna it was just gonna be me and him drinking. I wasn't gonna give her no alcohol or nothing, I was just gonna take like a shot or two, just to take the edge off. And she said, no, I want to drink too. And we was like, okay, yeah, we could spare her a shot or something, And she grabs this big ass glass and says, can you fill it up to here? And it's brown liquor, by the way. It's Captain Morgan's. So it's brown liquor. And she said, fill it up that much. and she gulped that bitch down. And by this time, you know, like a couple minutes passed by. We talking, and by this time, she smashed now. She is drunk off her ass right now. And I'm just like, man, this shit is falling apart quite quickly right now. This shit is falling apart. And my homie Jose, he leaves for a minute. I don't know where he left to. I think he went to the store around the corner. And me and her just sitting there talking. And we just having a normal conversation. She fucked up though. But we trying to have a normal conversation. And out of nowhere, this chick just starts bawling her eyes out, saying, her mom says she's a bad mom. Everybody says she's a bad mother, and she's bawling her eyes out. And I'm just sitting here like, what do I do or say in this situation? And I'm trying to convince her, you're not a bad mom, it's okay. You know, I hold her hand and say it's cool, and she says thank you. She lays her head on my shoulder, and I'm still trying to be optimistic, consoling her, trying to be a nice guy or whatever. And like I said, by this time she is super fucked up, and we done been at Jose's house for a couple hours by now, and she's fucked up, and her mom calls her cell phone, and her mom is pissed off, and she was like, I'm not doing anything, Mom. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. I'm not, and she was like, you can talk to my friends and ask them. She was like, you got Jose, you got Ryan. Who do you want to talk to right now? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, please say Jose, please say Jose, please say Jose. And what did she say? Oh, you want to talk to Ryan? And I was like, you want to talk to me? And I'm just panicking for a second. I just take the phone and I was like, hello. And then out of nowhere, her mom is screaming and going nuts, going batshit crazy, saying she ingested some pills already. She took a whole bottle of pills. She's fucked up. She shouldn't be drinking. That she could pass out and shit like that. And if that happens, call 911. Saying that she was gonna beat the shit out of her when she got home. That she don't watch her kids and shit like that. And I'm just sitting here frozen, paralyzed in fear on the phone, like, she hasn't been drinking, she hasn't been smoking. She was like, whatever, you're fucking lying, blah, blah, blah. That little bitch got you to lie to me, huh? And I was like, no. You know, I'm just sitting there frozen in fear, talking to her mom. Her mom is belligerent right now. And I kind of say, you know what? I promise I'm going to take care of your daughter. I'm going to make sure nothing happens to her. Don't worry. I'm going to get her back home safely and shit. And I made a promise. You know, I manned up, made a promise. She's my responsibility right now. You know, I got her to come out and chill. And so, you know, I took responsibility. She said, okay, whatever. And got off the phone with her. And by this time, I'm not going to put out her name. For the sake of this video, let's call her Ashley. You know, privacy reasons. I'm going to call her Ashley. And by this time, Ashley is stumbling around, can't walk and shit. And she says, I don't know where I'm gonna stay tonight. And my homie Jose pulls me to the side like, yo, this chick cannot stay at my house, bro. You can stay at my house, but she cannot stay. She is so fucked up. She's crazy. She's talking to herself. She cannot stay here. I don't trust her. I don't know her. And I'm like, bro, I feel you. I understand. It's no problem. I'll find a hotel for us to stay at and shit. And it's like, cool. Find a hotel. You know, I'm thinking, there's a motel down the street, $40. I'm thinking, okay, we can hit that up and she could sleep off this shit. So we get to walking. Me, Ashley, and Jose get to walking and shit, and she's stumbling. I damn near have to carry this chick. And then she says, I want something to eat. And I'm kind of like, fuck. And she refused to go to the hotel. She said, I want something to eat. So I have to stop at 7-Eleven, and she just balling out on my money. She just grabbing all this candy. She grabbing some chips. She grabbing some pop. She just balling. She take it all to the cash register, and this nigga says $20, and I was like, God damn, $20. So I pay for the snacks and shit, and we get back to walking on our journey. I'm damn near carrying her. She's so fucked up. I don't even understand what she's saying about this thing. She's just so fucked up, bro. And then she said, I gotta pee. And she decides, I'm gonna go pee in this alley over here. So let her go pee in the alley. And I'm kind of like, my hopes is crushed for this date. That's not even a date no more. I don't know what the fuck they call this shit. I done got cussed out. I done been babysitting this chick. And I done spent more money than I'm trying to spend. And we get to the hotel, and that hotel is closed. So we have to walk to this other hotel, which is on the other side of the city. And oh my god, having to carry this drunk, high chick, walking around with her and dipping and dodging police, because you know police, if you drunk out on the street, they will take you in. That's public indecency. You ain't supposed to be drunk in public. So by this time, we dipping and dodging police on some ninja type shit, and we getting closer to the hotel. And the crazy part is the hotel is right next, like right down the street, a couple blocks from the police station. So we have to walk past the police station to get to this hotel. And we like Ashley, get your shit together. You gotta act sober right now. Get your shit together. We gotta walk past this police station. You can't be stumbling. You can't be doing none of that shit. And she kind of says, okay. And I'm not confident with that response, my nigga. I'll be honest. I wasn't confident with that shit. But we get her as sober as possible. We make the walk. We walk as fast as possible, carrying her and shit. Everybody driving by looking at us. And finally, we get to this new hotel. Where I'm thinking, it can't be more than $50, $60. And I tell them to wait outside. I'll go pay for the hotel. And they had the audacity to tell me their hotel room is $150. And I'm like, what the fuck? $150? $150? And I'm like, oh man, I ain't got no choice though, because where else is she gonna stay? Where else is this chick gonna stay? She's too fucked up to go home. Like, where is she gonna stay? So I paid her $150, take her to the hotel room. My homie Jose goes home. He says, cool, hit me up in the morning. And so it's now it's me and this chick in the hotel room. I'm not gonna tell you what happened in the hotel room, you know. But, you know, I'm not gonna say what happened. But the morning after passes, and she's still sleeping. And by this time, she got chocolate running down her face, chips all on her chest, and halfway naked. And I'm just looking at her like, yo, how the fuck did we get here? Like, how the fuck did we get here? We was just going to go get a cup of coffee, man. And she wakes up and says, do you know anybody that can get some weed? I want some drugs. And I'm like, yo, you just slept off pills, weed, and you was smashed from being drunk. You was high before you even hung out with me. And you talking about doing some more. And y'all know me, I don't do drugs and shit like that. So I was like, nah, I don't know anybody. And we walked back to Jose's house and shit, you know. Jose asked me what happened. I tell him, he's like, that's my nigga. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool or whatever. Still had to pay the $150. And we just sitting there. And, you know, on the walk back, though, I'd say the walk back to Jose's house was like the most real me and Ashley, the most real conversation me and Ashley had. She's saying she want to change for her daughter. She's looking for something real. She want to be with me. She really liked me and shit like that. And she's happy I didn't take advantage of her and stuff. And I was a gentleman for the whole night. And she really respected that. And I was like, cool. You know, and I was like, cool. I guess I understand. You know, and that was just the best conversation we had. That was like the most real conversation we ever had, where we both put it on the table, what we wanted. And by this time, after we got to Jose's house, his boy come over with some weed, and now she proceeds to flirt with this nigga right in front of me because she wanted some weed. So she's flirting with this nigga, wrapping his bandages up, sitting extra close to him. You know, like, can I hit your weed? And I'm kind of looking at her like, well, I guess that conversation we just had didn't mean shit. And I'm just sitting there, and Jose and his boy look at me like, you need to get your girl. And I was just like, man, fuck it. Fuck it. And his boy had a girl, so he ain't trying to flirt with my girl at the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. And she get her weed and she get high or whatever. And she says, can you walk me home? I want to see she says, I want to see my daughter. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's walk you home. You've been out all night. Let's walk you home. And I walk her home, and we holding hands or whatever. And she's extra close to me now, holding on to me like we together and shit. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this has been the most retarded, crazy night. And she said it was a perfect night to her. And I'm like, a perfect night? What the fuck? And we finally get close to her house and shit. And she asked, can she borrow $10? And at this point, I know she wants $10 for weed. And I'm like, no. She says it's for a game, but prior to that whole date, she was asking for $10 for weed. And I wasn't gonna give her $10. Especially after I'd have spent $20 in snacks. I'd have paid $150 for a hotel room too. And now, at this point, she kisses me and hugs me, and she's threatening no sex if I don't give her this money. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do it, I can't do it. And she cusses me out, and I'm kind of like, yo, I just spent damn near $200 on you. I done babysat you the whole entire night while you was completely fucked up. I made sure nothing happened to you. I made sure you didn't get arrested. I kept you away from the police and all of that. And she's copping an attitude, and I just say, fuck it. I walk away. And that's how it ended, basically, was her pissed at me because I didn't give her $10. And I'm kind of like, I'm walking to Jose's house feeling defeated. I'm like, man, all this time, effort, money, and she mad at me over $10, didn't appreciate what I did for her. Nothing I did counted because I didn't give her $10 at that point. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the first and last date with Ashley. I'm done with that shit. It was just crazy, dipping and dodging police. And even the shit at the hotel was crazy because I'm taking this drunk white chick back to a hotel, and all the clerks at the hotel was looking at me, giving me the stink eye like I done roofied this chick or something. They giving me a dirty look. And I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to help this chick. So even this whole day, bro, and I'm just walking to Jose's house thinking, I just wanted to get a cup of coffee with this girl. She completely shattered my perception of this perfect girl I had envisioned in high school. She was nothing like that. This chick was a psycho. She was just a straight up sociopath. And man, it just let me know why I don't date girls from girls I used to know from high school. That high school I went to was full of psycho bitches, and I learned my lesson. I'm done dating for a while, that put me off for a long term. I just can't do it. And the crazy part is, on Facebook, she left again last night, and I have no idea who she was even with, for the night. So her mom calling me, asking me where she's at. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, crazy fucking day. I slept that shit off, at my house. This is my house, I slept my shit off at my house. I am just so turned off right now. She was everything I didn't want in a chick. She was trying to find out where the drugs. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but anyways, I'm about to get out of here. You can hit me down in the comments down below. Tell me how you feel about tonight's topic. If you was in my situation, what would you have done? So hit me down in the comments down below, and tell me if you have any nightmare date stories. Hit me down in the comments down below too. Tell me your story. I would love to hear it. But anyways, G4 Leader here, signing off, and thank you guys for watching.